Well, I got out here today hoping to do some surface or near surface trout fly fishing, but there's a little bit of activity on the surface. Water temps are 64, but looking at the fish finder, there's a very strong thermocline at around 17 feet, and there is a lot more fish below the thermocline than there are above it. So I did bring a full sink line. Maybe the fish will get going more on the surface as we get a hatch going later in the afternoon, but I'm going to start a full sink and a booby fly just to see if we can get the ball rolling here. So there, I got that booby fly. That's the tequila color. I think it's an orange and chartreuse. And what I'll do, since I'm in my AutoPilot today, I turn the head of the motor around so you can see how I can turn that, hopefully. And I'll just let it go in reverse at a very slow pace, kind of like a slow troll strip, I'm going to call this. So I'll basically program it to go at just half a mile per hour. And then I'll let out line and can strip back and hopefully get down to the depth where those fish are at, because that's where I want to be. Maybe I need to increase my troll speed, see if we can get a little better hookup, more aggressive takes. There we go. Yep, that's all I had to do. Doesn't feel like a big guy, but hopefully first fish of the day. And get him in the net. Oh, there we go. Get a little more action. Looks like this year's plant. There we go. First rainbow of the day. Nice. Pretty one. There you go. I'm always blind in one eye. He's got like glaucoma or something. The one-eyed rainbow. Well, that's the first one of the day. Try and get a couple more, and then we'll switch up some tactics and start to see if we can find something that's going to work better than slow trolling a booby. I like to troll the boobies rather than still fish them, just because they will tend to swallow them otherwise when you get deep hookups. But man, are they effective. But we will try some other still fishing techniques here in a little bit. This thing trolls pretty well and steers pretty well in reverse because of the oversized rudder. It's perfect for this fly fishing, where I prefer to troll in front of me in reverse rather than trying to troll behind me. Oop, there's a bite. There we go, got him. Nice. This feels like a nicer fish. Oh, don't do that. Come on. Come here, buddy. Gotcha. Well, we found something that works, and it's the booby fly. I love the booby flies, and so do the trout. So if you don't know how a booby fly works, basically it's a floating fly designed to be fished on a full sink or intermediate sink line. And as you go down, the fly will float up off the bottom or at mid-column if you're doing like I'm doing today. So it's really nice for fishing above weed lines, because you can fish at depth but float up above the weeds. And all it really is just 2 foam eyes and a little bit of marabou. And that's all there is to it. It's a very simple fly, very, very effective. And you can fish it like I'm doing today, kind of slow trolling. Or you can cast it out and retrieve it. I don't like to still fish them as much. If I do, you need to I pay really close attention, because they do tend to swallow the booby flies a little bit deeper than other flies for some reason. I think it's because part of it's floating down there, so they'll pick it up and swim towards you, and so you take a little bit to detect the bite when you're still fishing it. But man, is it effective. It's a really nice fly to fish if you're in a belly boat, and you're just drifting with the wind, or you're doing like I'm doing here and just kind of slow trolling. It's a really good search pattern for me, so I'll use it a lot when I'm coming out and not sure where the fish are at. I can kind of move around, find out where the fish are, and then I can pick the spot I'm gonna anchor up in and still fish using other tactics. But you can add a little bit of action to it. You can either just pop the rod tip and that'll give it action, or you can do a couple little short strip, release when you're trolling like I am, and just give it some action. Oh, there's a bite there. There we go, fish on. Yep, see, a lot of times they respond to that strip. He's really put up a fight now. All right, get him in the net. There we go. They're all about the same size right now. No big ones yet. But at least we're finding fish, and that's a good thing. Okay, let's try something a little bit different. We've been trolling this booby fly and having really good success, but this AutoPilot kayak, it's great for trolling in any direction, but it also has a spot lock feature. So instead of having to anchor up out here in 40 feet of water, I can simply hit spot lock and it's going to hold me in place. So I'm going to cruise around a little bit and see if I can't find an area dense and rich with fish. And then we'll just spot lock on top of them and try some new techniques. This looks good. So I just hit the spot lock since I just went over a school of fish. And it's going to lock me in right on that spot. It's going to hold me. Plus minus 5 feet from the position that I spot locked. I'm going to try something really different I have not tried yet. I'm going to run, since I'm going to be still fishing right here, I'm going to run a scud, an olive here, which is one of my favorite patterns. And then I'm going to run a blob above that. So this will be like an attractor, and this has a tungsten scud, so it's going to help me get down to that 15 to 20 feet where those fish are hanging out. See how this goes. I've never done this before, but I've been really curious about using this, and I intended to do this earlier, but with all the wildfires and the evacuation and everything in the house, I just couldn't find the time. This thing should just head on down fairly fast. There's the nibble. There we go. Got him. It worked great. I wonder what I got him on. If I got him on the scud, or if I got him on the... Ooh, this is a nicer fish. I'll be curious to see which fly he hit. Looks like he hit the scud. Yeah, it's a nice fish. Feisty little rainbow. A little bit bigger than the ones I've been getting this morning, so I'll take that. See, he's got that scud in his mouth. Really pretty fish though. So the blob scud combo. I think you could do that with any other sort of classic stillwater nymphs if you wanted to run like a blob balance leech, or you can run blob chironomid, that'd be a good one, especially in this lake. I know they love scuds and chironomids in this lake. Normally I'd be fishing them under an indicator in the fall, but normally water temps wouldn't be in the mid 60s. They would be closer to the low 60s, or actually closer to the upper 50s typically by this time of year. There we go, got one. Man, this is, whoa. I think there's bigger fish down here when I'm fishing straight down deeper. I think maybe that booby fly was fishing a little shallower. And just the bigger fish are deeper. You gotta love my squeaky fly reel. You're probably wondering why I have like a 1950s fly reel on, but this was given to me by one of my students that I mentored, and I love it. It's a damn quick, and it says made in Western Germany, so I don't know, it's just kind of cool. And for full sync lines, like, don't need anything fancy, so it still works great. The drag system on it still works awesome. This is another really pretty rainbow. This one hit the blob. Wet my hands a little bit. Show you this fish. That's a nice fish. Look at that. Hit that blob fly. Alright, buddy. See you later. It looks like I picked a good spot. It just goes to show that having a fish finder on your kayak, even when you're fly fishing, is still really handy, because I would have come out here and I seen a few fish hitting the surface. I haven't seen any now in a half hour. I would have thought, oh, okay, they're up feeding shallow, but I wouldn't have known the water temperature. I wouldn't be able to see that these fish are in fact deeper. And it probably would have struggled today to catch that many fish. There we go. Got him. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Whoa, nice. That's sweet. Gotcha. Seems like they're coming up a little bit. I wonder if the cloud cover's helping that. So I might switch up to an indicator rig and run something else. So let's do that real quick. I really like running these Rogue River indicators. They're a breakaway indicator. Essentially what happens is you can run this indicator way up your line, and when you hook up, you can it'll just pull away and the indicator will slide down, so you can reel up past the depth you're fishing at, which is really nice. I should do something different, because that's stupid, because I know it's working. So I haven't done a lot of chironomid fishing lately, so I will do chironomid. Ice cream cone. Chironomid ought to do it. We'll go to something else. They have been very eager to take the blob flies, which I know is making a lot of purists cringe when they're watching this. They probably already clicked it off when I put the blob fly on there. They're like, this guy is amateur. I'm not amateur, I like catching fish, and blob flies do that. There we go. So that's all set to go. There we go. Nice. That's right at the boat. Now he's starting to wake up. Now he's remembering he's a rainbow. Very, very pretty fish. So, if you haven't seen any of my fly fishing videos before, this is a commando head. It's basically like a micro Skagit setup. And I loves it because it's so easy to cast and manage the line in the kayak. So I can just do one little punch out front. There it goes. There we go. This one feels good. Oh yeah, that's a nice rainbow. Get him in the net. That's the kind of fish I want to end the day on. Beautiful. Well, I think that's going to be my last fish for the day. I had a great day out here. Even though I found the fish to be a little bit deeper than I expected, I came prepared with a full sink line, and that helped save the day. So always on these transition months, you know, when you're moving out of the summer into the fall, always be prepared to, you know, fish that summer pattern as well as that fall pattern. You're never going to know quite for sure until you get out there where those fish are going to be. If you have any questions about what I was using today, just let me know. I'll address them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time out on the water. And just remember, fish smarter, not harder. Bye, guys.